You are not bad at focusing. Your brain has simply become too good at escaping discomfort. Every notification, every scroll, and every quick check teaches it to avoid difficult work. That is why even when your phone is silent, your mind still searches for distraction. You sit down to study, work, or finish something important. You open your laptop and promise yourself that this time you will focus. But a few minutes later, you check one message. That message takes you to another app. Then another notification appears. And somehow, 20 minutes disappear. When you finally return to your work, you read the same sentence again and again without understanding it. You may think you are lazy. You may think you lack discipline. But according to Newport's book, Deep Work, the real problem may be much simpler. Your brain has been trained to expect constant stimulation. In this video, we are going to explore why focusing feels so difficult, what deep work actually means, and 5 practical lessons that can help you rebuild your concentration. Cal Newport describes deep work as the ability to focus without distraction on a mentally demanding task. It is the kind of concentration you need when writing, studying, solving a difficult problem, learning a valuable skill, or creating something original. Deep work is not the same as simply being busy. You can answer emails, reply to messages, attend meetings, switch between browser tabs, and complete small tasks all day. You may feel productive, but at the end of the day, you may still have nothing meaningful to show for it. Newport calls these smaller activities shallow work. Shallow work is not always useless. Some messages need to be answered. Some emails are important. Some meetings are necessary. The problem begins when shallow work takes over your entire day and leaves no space for anything that requires real thinking. Deep work creates meaningful results. Shallow work often creates only the feeling of productivity, and that difference matters. The first lesson is that your brain has learned to escape boredom. Think about the last time you had to wait for something. Maybe you were standing in a queue. Maybe you were waiting for a friend. Maybe a website was taking a few seconds to load. What did you do? You probably reached for your phone. Most of us do this without even thinking. Every time a task becomes boring, uncomfortable, or difficult, we search for a quick escape. We check social media. We open another tab. We refresh our inbox. We watch a short video. That small action teaches the brain an important lesson. Discomfort does not need to be tolerated. It can always be escaped. After repeating this behavior hundreds of times, concentration starts to feel unnatural. Your brain begins expecting stimulation every few seconds. This is why putting your phone away does not instantly restore your focus. The phone may be gone, but the habit of distraction remains. You sit down to work, and within minutes, your mind starts searching for something more interesting. The solution is not to become a completely different person overnight. The solution is to slowly retrain your brain. Start allowing small moments of boredom. Stand in a queue without checking your phone. Eat one meal without watching anything. Take a short walk without music, podcasts, or social media. Sit quietly for a few minutes. At first, this may feel uncomfortable, but that discomfort is the point. You are teaching your brain that it does not need constant entertainment. Boredom is not the enemy of focus. Learning to tolerate boredom is part of building focus. The second lesson is to stop waiting for motivation. Many people say they will focus when they feel motivated, but motivation is unreliable. Some days you feel ready to work. Other days, even opening the document feels difficult. If your productivity depends on feeling motivated, your most important work will always be delayed. Deep work becomes easier when it has a fixed time and place. Instead of saying, "I will work on this today," make the decision specific. For example, from 9 o'clock to 10 o'clock, I will work at my desk. My phone will be in another room. I will work on one task only. That is much stronger than saying, "I should get some work done later." A beginner does not need 4 hours of uninterrupted concentration. In fact, trying to work deeply for 4 hours on the first day may lead to failure. Start with 30 minutes, then try 45 minutes. Then slowly increase the time as your concentration improves. The goal is not to create an extreme routine. The goal is to create a repeatable routine. Choose a time. Choose a place. Choose one task. Remove distractions. Then begin. The more often you repeat this process, the less energy you need to start. Focus slowly becomes a habit instead of a daily argument with yourself. The third lesson is that multitasking is usually just task switching. Many people believe they are good at multitasking. They answer messages while writing. They listen to a video while studying. They check emails during meetings. They keep 10 or 15 tabs open at the same time. But in most cases, the brain is not doing several difficult tasks together. It is switching rapidly between them. You write 2 sentences. Then you check a message. Then you return to the document. Then you open another tab. Then you check your inbox. Each switch creates a mental cost. Part of your attention remains attached to the previous task. Cal Newport discusses this as attention residue. Imagine reading an important message just before starting your work. Even after closing the message, part of your mind may still be thinking about it. You may wonder how to reply. You may think about what the other person meant. You may continue the conversation in your head. Your body is back at work, but part of your attention is somewhere else. That is why constant switching makes simple tasks take longer. The solution sounds obvious, but it is difficult to practice. Work on one meaningful task at a time. Before starting, close every tab you do not need. Close your email. Silence unnecessary notifications. Keep only the tools required for the current task in front of you. If you are writing, write. If you are studying, study. If you are reading, read. Doing one thing at a time may feel slower. In reality, it often helps you finish faster because your attention is no longer being divided. The fourth lesson is to stop depending only on willpower. Many people blame themselves for getting distracted, but sometimes the environment is making concentration almost impossible. Your phone is beside your hand. Social media is already open. Messages are appearing on your screen. The television is running. People can interrupt you at any moment. In that environment, focusing requires constant resistance. Every few seconds, you must decide not to check something. That uses mental energy. Willpower can help, but your environment is often stronger. A better solution is to make distraction difficult. Put your phone in another room. Do not just place it face down on the desk. If it is within reach, part of your mind still knows it is there. Turn off notifications that are not necessary. Log out of social media on your work device. Use website blockers during focus sessions. Keep your desk clean. Wear headphones if your environment is noisy. At the same time, make important work easier to begin. Open the document before your session starts. Place your notes beside you. Write down the first small action you need to complete. Instead of writing, work on project, write, complete the first 2 paragraphs. A good environment removes unnecessary decisions. You should not have to decide every 5 minutes whether to continue working. Your surroundings should make the right behavior easier and the distracting behavior harder. The 5th lesson is to measure output, not just time. Sitting at a desk for 5 hours does not mean you completed 5 hours of valuable work. You can spend an entire day looking busy while avoiding the task that actually matters. That is why it helps to measure output instead of simply measuring time. Do not ask only, how long did I work? Ask, what did I finish? Did you write 500 words? Did you complete 1 chapter? Did you solve 20 questions? Did you prepare the presentation? Did you learn one specific concept? A clear result gives your focus session direction. Compare these 2 goals. The first goal is, work on my assignment. That goal is vague. You can open the document, stare at it for 30 minutes, and still claim that you worked on the assignment. A better goal is, complete the introduction and write the first 500 words. Now the session has a clear target. The same applies to studying. Do not write, study biology. Write, review Chapter 4, create notes, and answer 15 practice questions. When the result is clear, it becomes easier to know what to do and when the task is complete. The ideas in deep work are powerful, but not every person has complete control over their schedule. Some jobs require fast replies. Some students have classes, group projects, and family responsibilities. Parents may be interrupted. Customer service workers cannot ignore messages for several hours. Team members may need to remain available. That does not make deep work useless. It simply means the method needs to be adapted. You do not need to disappear for 4 hours every day. You do not need to copy an extreme routine. You do not need a silent private office. The most useful lesson is that important work needs some protected attention. Even 30 or 45 minutes without interruptions can make a real difference. One focused hour may produce more value than 3 distracted hours. The goal is not perfect isolation. The goal is better control over your attention. Here is a simple 7-day challenge you can try. Choose one important task each day. Set a timer for 45 minutes. Put your phone in another room. Close every unnecessary tab. Turn off notifications. Write down one clear result you want to complete. Then work on that task until the timer ends. Do not switch tasks. Do not check messages. Do not open social media. If you feel the urge to check your phone, notice it, but do not act on it immediately. After the session, write down 3 things. What did you complete? How many times did you feel distracted? And what caused the distraction? At the end of 7 days, look for patterns. Maybe you lose focus when the task is unclear. Maybe your phone is the main problem. Maybe noise affects you. Maybe you work better in the morning. Maybe your focus improves after the first 15 minutes. The purpose of the challenge is not perfection. The purpose is awareness. You cannot control a distraction pattern you have never noticed. Your inability to focus does not automatically mean you are lazy. It does not mean you are incapable of discipline. Your attention may simply have been trained by years of notifications, endless scrolling, short videos, and constant task switching. The good news is that attention can be trained again. Deep focus is not a talent that only a few people are born with. It is a skill, and like any skill, it becomes stronger through practice. Start small. Choose one task. Protect 30 or 45 minutes. Remove distractions. Measure what you complete. Then repeat the process. Your brain may be distracted today, but it does not have to remain that way. What distracts you the most while working? Is it your phone, social media, other people, or your own thoughts? Share your answer in the comments. And if you want to make focus easier through better habits, watch my Atomic Habits breakdown next. It explains how small changes in your environment can make good behavior easier to repeat.